So this is the least aggressive future that MISO is projecting, that the whole large tranche of 18 projects they approved last year is based on. You have substantial retirements of dispatchable resources, which you can see. You have generation additions that are coming from renewables. On the left, you see what existed in 2020 for capacity, on the very left. And on the right, you see what we're modeling for 2039. What jumps out at you really here is that the retirements over the next 20 years are all coal. Many of the new additions, 56 gigawatts, are solar or wind. And the resulting capacity mix is an even share when it comes to capacity of gas and a combination of wind and solar. And I can show you how we've been charting our course here with MISO. Is they've got 4 tranches or portfolios of projects that they're going to pursue. And Tranche 1 is, with that future one, the least aggressive outlook is Tranche 1. Tranches 1 and 2, which you see on the left side, are approximately what the assessment is between $10 and $30 billion, right? Tranche 2 will be approved sometime in 2024. Tranche 1 was approved last year. And Tranche 3 is really going to be projects only in the MISO South region. Right now, the projects of Tranche 1 and 2 are in the upper Midwest and the central parts of MISO. And then Tranche 4 is the connector project. So that will connect the MISO Midwest region to the South region, and it'll help increase the transfer capability between the two regions. Right now, there's a limitation of 3,000 megawatts north to south, and then 2,500 south to north. And so we want to focus on how we can expand that corridor. And when it's all said and done, MISO has said this could cost anywhere between $70 to $100 billion. So this is the map of the 18 projects that were approved, and it's really considered by MISO as a first step. One of the most complex studies that was done by MISO in its history. It is well ahead of its peers in the country. It does make us proud. The work that we've been able to do is been quite outstanding in the upper Midwest and with MISO. And what you see here are projects in MISO North and Central. And this does allow almost 700 megawatts of capacity import. Great River Energy is investing and developing and owning 2 of those projects that you saw in the previous maps. I just want to highlight for Tranche 1 that this will enable almost 60 gigawatts of new renewables, and a hallmark of this whole portfolio of Tranche 1 projects, all 18, is that 90% of the projects are using existing right-of-way. And that is a huge strategically important decision that was made, because we want to reduce the impact on local areas. We want to make sure that we can have shorter and quicker implementation timelines and reduce the overall construction cost. And the benefit to cost analysis for all of these projects as a collective was 3.6, which is benefit to cost ratio of 3 to 4 times the benefit to cost, essentially. So this is the ownership that GRE has in 2 of the Tranche 1 projects, the Northline Reliability Project, and I do want to talk about a little bit of the need for both of these projects. That goes from Iron Range to Benton County to Big Oaks, which is right outside of the Monticello substation owned by Xcel to the east. And this is a critical north-south line, and it is planned to support system reliability. So it focuses on northern Minnesota reliability, and it is one of the largest regional projects that MISO has in its portfolio. We recognize the impact to both central and northern Minnesota with the generation shift, as we have more generation that's not only retired, but projected to retire. The surrounding 115 and 230 kV system is becoming weaker as we need to move power from the Twin Cities and southwestern Minnesota up north. So MISO recognized that during the winter, northern Minnesota load can increase pretty significantly, and it really does cause a strain on the broader 115, 230 kV system. So that disparity really spurred this project. The other project, and right now we are in the process of developing and getting our regulatory permitting together for this project. We plan to file with the Public Utilities Commission in a few months. And Alexandria to Big Oaks, which you see on the map, is the other project. And that is part of an existing CapEx 2020 project. And what we are doing with that is adding the second circuit. So they were built for double circuit capability, and we're simply stringing the second circuit on it. So it's a part of a broader project that goes from South Dakota, the Big Stone sub, to Alex, all the way to Big Oaks. But these are both projects that are truly needed for maintaining reliability as generation is also retiring. So all I'll say about this is, Tranche 1 is underway, 18 projects with a $10.3 billion price tag. Tranche 2 planning is underway, and we are heavily involved in this. And this is going to be a pretty complex, this will be a very complex study effort for us. Think of Tranche 1, it was historic, but by itself, it's insufficient to meet our decarbonization goals. It really just laid the baseline. Tranche 2 is what's really going to help us with future scalability and moving this forward.